My plant-based friend, Dr. Fay Kazzi, is going to talk about something that a lot of women of all different ages reach out to me about, and that's PMS. They struggle once a month. Some people are nauseous, some people get horrible headaches. And I just want to know, as a registered dietitian, what tips that we have where they can resolve some of these or at least lessen the symptoms.
So Melissa and I were just talking a few minutes before, and she's among the lucky 50% that doesn't deal with as much pain as the unlucky 50% over here. I have dealt with some immense pain, and even though I technically always kept a little bit fit, I mean more on the fit side when I wasn't studying and going crazy, I always pretty much ate clean. However, I still dealt with a lot of cramping and period pain, and it's extremely uncomfortable. It's not just pain, you're also dealing with bloating and water retention, and the worst thing is the mood swings and behavioral change because your hormones are kind of out of whack during that phase. So as a registered dietitian, I started to study a little bit more. One of the things is a high salt diet, and caffeine tend to exacerbate it. Now, I don't drink caffeine, I don't drink coffee. However, I do like salt. I crave it, like especially during that phase. I crave sugary things and salty things during that time, like shortly before my period. So the scientific terminology for this type of pain or this condition that I have, which is the 50% of women, hello, I'm so sorry, but we have to deal with it together, is called dysmenorrhea. So that's the scientific term of it, and it's all those conditions I mentioned before. So what are some ways we can deal with it? The simplest, and it's the one that we all probably just turn to when we don't have another choice, is the NSAID, or the painkiller. So the NSAID is, it comes in different forms. It can be Tylenol. You can even take specific ones for the period, which one is called Pamprin. I'm not trying to endorse those, but that's some of the options that you can take. But I prefer to go a more natural route. So what's another natural route? Well, there was an amazing study that was done on the benefits of vitamin D, that you could take a dose of vitamin D just before your period. And so they had two groups of women. They both suffer with a lot of period pain. One takes the vitamin D, one does not. And it was reported that they experienced less period pain than the group that took a placebo or a fake pill. So I thought that was pretty fascinating. I was always deficient in vitamin D myself. Did you ever check your vitamin D?
I never noticed, but that's such an easy takeaway. Add vitamin D.
Yeah, 2,000 IU vitamin D over the counter, you should be fine. Now, that is one of the options. Some people have suggested that acupuncture might help, but there's just not enough scientific evidence behind it right now for us to be able to promote it. But it works for some people. Now, the best, of course, is
a whole food plant-based diet.
Yeah, it just so happens that the whole food plant-based diet is considered an anti-inflammatory diet. And the main issue that happens with dysmenorrhea, or people who deal with period pain, is the fact that they are inflamed in so many areas. So, also you experience a lot of breast tenderness as well, which is also a type of inflammation. So the plant-based diet, we had an amazing study that was done recently. They had two groups of women who deal with a lot of period pain. One group was given a very smart vegan plant-based diet, and initially these people were not vegan or plant-based. The other group just maintained their regular diet. They did this for 2 cycles or 2 months, and they found that the individuals who took the plant-based diet treatment had an enormous significant change in the way that they felt and in their pain, virtually significantly less pain. And part of the study is called a cross-sectional study. What that means is that technically they're supposed to go back to their original diet and test out the results to see if they experience those negative symptoms again. But these ladies, of course, felt so fabulous.
Yeah, like, no way, I don't want the pain.
They literally went against the protocol of the study and refused to get off the plant-based diet because they experienced such beneficial results.
That is awesome. I love hearing that. So in a nutshell, we have whole food plant-based diet because it helps in getting rid of inflammation. We have avoiding high salty foods and coffee if possible.
If possible,
limit it.
So the vitamin D is an option, but I would prescribe just getting out in the sun a little bit more, because even though I'm a dietitian, we don't like to tell people to take supplements, because your diet and the environment does supply us with all the necessary needs that we need to survive. You only take, like, for example, I had to take a huge dose of vitamin D because I had stayed indoors when I was studying really hard for several months. So I was prescribed a very high dose of vitamin D to kind of undo the damage that had resulted. But it's always recommended, get some sun, get good exercise, balanced diet. You don't need supplements if you're doing all that faithfully.
That is fantastic. such easy remedies.
Yeah.
So let us know your feedback in a month or so, and let me know if these things helped you, because it's so easy.
Yeah,
it's such a delicious, easy way to heal your body and avoid that PMS curse that so many have. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate it.
Thank you.